The New Orleans Audubon Zoo is consistently rated one of the top zoos in America. It's an educational, immersive, and world-class experience that has gators and a train ride. Hello there, I'm Vegas Nolaman. Thank you for clicking and choosing this video. Audubon Zoo is located in beautiful Audubon Park, nestled under a sprawling canopy of live oak that has a rich history dating all the way back to 1781. The zoo is open every day from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. At the time of this recording, zoo admission was $30 for adults, $25 for youth and seniors, plus a $5 fee for the train ride or the dinosaur exhibit. And parking is free. The zoo measures up at 58 acres and is home to more than 1,700 animals. I would recommend on getting there early and planning on spending about 3 to 6 hours to experience the entire zoo. Audubon Zoo is ADA compliant and wheelchair accessible, and just so you know, outside food and drink is not allowed. There is a lot of ground to cover at this amazing zoo, so for optimal orientation, let's get on board the train ride. The main stop for the train ride is located behind the Safari Cafe. And there are multiple stop locations throughout the zoo where you can depart and reboard the train.
Over on our right side will be our world of primates. Within the world of primates exist about 10 different primate species, including but not limited to our gold lion tamarins, capuchin, simongs, white-faced guy, black ruffed lemurs, our howler monkeys, and a few others.
Okay, I don't think this little guy is a primate.
We'll now be entering our butterfly circle. Over on our far right side, you'll be able to see the exit to our world of primates. As you exit there, you'll be able to see our western lowland gorillas as well as our mandrills. Over on our right side here will be our Roman chewing candy stand. It opened only 1 year after the zoo opened itself and is an ongoing family tradition of over 100 years.
The Roman candy truly is a delicacy. It has a texture similar to taffy and a natural flavor that's unlike anything else I've ever tasted.
Over Over here to our right side will be our Red River Hog enclosure. We have two females whose names are Nessie and Morticia. You can actually kind of see one of them from the train, which is rare. They travel in groups that are called sounders, and much like any boar, they eat just about everything. Up here on our right will be our rhinoceros lookout. It looks like our two females are out today. The reason I can tell is because there's two rhinos out at the same time. Female rhinos prefer to stick together in a group that is called a crash, while the males prefer to live their lives out in solitude, which is why you'll always see our male rhino Saba out by himself. Rhinoceroses have a 2-inch thick hide, and their head alone can weigh up to 200 pounds, and their horn is made out of the same material as our fingernails. Our rhinos share their enclosure with the wildebeest. Wildebeest take part in one of the world's largest migration sequences called the Serengeti migration, in which they'll travel the same distance it would take to get from New Orleans to Philadelphia. Over on our left side will be our lion enclosure. I'll talk more about it on our second way through Africa. While on our right side would be the continuation of our savanna area, where you should be able to see our bongo antelope Naya. Over here on our right side will be our Monkey Hill. Monkey Hill was built here by a former mayor of New Orleans so that the kids here would have a hill of their own to play on. Believe it or not, it was also the tallest peak in our city at some point, standing at a staggering 27 feet tall. Monkey Hill is not only beat out by our levee system. Alrighty, y'all, we're now making our way towards our first stop. This would be the most convenient stop for you to explore our Louisiana swamp, our jaguar jungle, and/or Africa and Monkey Hill.
The Louisiana Swamp exhibit is home to many species of animals native to southern Louisiana, including American black bears, cougars, bobcats, red foxes, raccoons, various fish and snakes, alligators, snapping turtles, and American alligators.
Jungle. Within the jaguar jungle is of course the jaguars, Rhino and Valerio, but there's also our alpacas, spider monkeys, our red-footed tortoises, and our nocturnal house, which keeps our bats, sloths, porcupines, screaming armadillos, as well as our chinchillas and axolotl. Over here to our right side will be our Watoto Walk. The Watoto Walk is the former petting zoo turned into a retirement farm now. The animals out in the field and in the stables are called zebu. Zebu are known as the oldest used cattle animals in the world, so they're kind of like cows before cows got cool. They share their enclosure with some sulcata tortoises as well as some domestic sheep and goats. The giraffe that is out in the field is named Maverick. The one that you might have spotted inside is named Finnessy. They're both males. They're about 2 years of age. Excuse me. They are nowhere near their fully grown height. They'll be able to reach heights of 18 plus feet tall. Giraffes are the tallest land mammal, and they have purple powerful tongues that help protect it from sunburn. We also share the same amount of vertebrae with giraffes, so I guess we could all be that tall if we tried hard enough. On our right side will be our African painted dog enclosure. No African painted dog is painted quite the same. However, they do all have a white spot located somewhere around their body, which will indicate what pack they come from. On our right side will be our Kalinda Station, home to about all 4 of our lions. We have one male named Arnold and 3 females whose names are Kaylee, Zuri, and Naya. Arnold and Kaylee are a mated pair and have provided the zoo cubs in the past. They gave us 2 males who have since gone off to other zoos to start prides of their own. Lions are known as the kings of the jungle, although they live in the African savanna, and lions can get up to about 20 hours of sleep a day, even in the wild, so I guess it really does pay to be the king. Over on our right side will be our climbing tree. Those 2 trees together make up the dueling oaks and are said to be older than New Orleans itself, with an estimated life range to be well over 365 years old. We're now headed towards our California sea lions. Here at the zoo we have 2 sea lions in total. Their names are Rue and Zoe. Sea lions have the cool ability to swim at speeds up to 35 miles an hour, dive depths up to 900 feet deep, and on top of all that, they can hold their breath up to 10 minutes at a time. Still, sea lions and walruses are all related, although there are some small differences between sea lions and the other 2. Sea lions have elbows and finger bones that aid them in walking across the land, while seals and walruses, lacking those bones, have to go lump across the land, which is the scientific term to describe how a walrus moves, and it's a really accurate word if you've ever seen them move about land. Over here on our left side will be Hygeia Fountain. Hygeia is named after the Greek goddess of health and hygiene, both mental and physical health. The fountain's name is very fitting for its former job descriptions, that being the filtration system of the first home of our California sea lions, as well as being the filtration system for our Audubon Aquarium, which would eventually be moved to downtown. Hygeia nowadays is just a really pretty fountain and a popular picture spot. I like to think that the oak trees that surround the fountain attribute to that. These are live oak and they are all protected by federal law, so it is illegal to cut our oak trees down. And that is because they are all between the ages of 150 to 200 plus years old. On our right side here will be our Wings of the World exhibit. Wings of the World houses about 25 different species of tropical birds. And I'll be real honest, I don't have a lot of favorite birds. The flying thing kind of terrifies me, and birds have like barely any bone marrow. But I do have favorites that exist within that building. On the top of my list would be our Hygeia macaws, because they are blue and that is really all it takes to make it onto my list. I really like our blue-throated macaws as well, and I'm very fond of our Nicobar pigeon, which is another blue bird we have within there. There's also our spectacled owls way in the back. You see them as you exit the Wings of the World. Their names are Sebastian and Billy. Sebastian actually responds to his name, so I do recommend going in there and calling out to him.
Hello.
Alright, welcome to our Komodo dragon exhibit. Our Komodo dragon's name is Raja, that is R-A-J-A. Raja is a 19-year-old male Komodo dragon. He weighs anywhere between 97 to about 120-ish pounds. The males of their species have been known to be particularly cannibalistic, sometimes going as far as eating the babies straight out of the eggs. The females would eventually adapt to be able to lay fertile eggs without the aid of the male through a process called parthenogenesis, in which she'll lay a fertile clutch of eggs all on her own. However, all her babies will come out as males. I do find it hilarious that the solution to their problem was just to create more of it, and due to this process, one female Komodo dragon could theoretically repopulate an entire island all by herself, although it does take 2 Komodo dragons to get at least 1 female in a clutch of possible 30, but it only takes 1 female to have 20 or 30 males on her spare time. The rest of our reptile encounter houses around that corner to the left, there are over 100 different species of reptiles and amphibians for y'all to explore. I could go on all day about everything, but they won't let me. I've tried. So I'll give you a few honorable mentions and then we'll head on. On the top of my list would be the green anaconda, who the train drivers have lovingly named avocado. There's our mong vipers, which look more like...
And that is everything that the train ride covers, but there are 2 more major exhibits to explore. The first one is Audubon Aviary. This free flight aviary features more than 30 species of birds from around the world, including blue-crowned laughing rushes, Indian peafowl, Nicobar pigeons, and scarlet ibises. There is also Asian Domain, home to the zoo's Asian animals. Living in this area are Amur leopards, sun bears, Asian small-clawed otters, swamp deer, and Sumatran orangutans. And the Asian elephants live in a few large yards with enrichment structures and pools. There is also the dinosaur exhibit at Audubon Zoo, which features a spectacular collection of over 50 life-size, lifelike dinosaurs. I so thoroughly enjoyed every moment of my visit to the Audubon Zoo, and I know you will too. Let me know what your favorite animal was in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. You can show support for this and future content by hitting the Super Thanks button located right below the screen. You can also buy me a coffee. I put a link in the description box below. Tap one of these boxes up here for more New Orleans content. Hit that center icon to subscribe, and you will receive notifications on future videos.